Yeah, just so you guys know, everything we say is now going to be broadcast. So. All right, we're live. Okay. All right, Steve. Technically, we have a quorum.
Okay.
Hello. This is Rita on the phone.
Perfect, Rita. We're about to call the call to order.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the abbreviated meeting of Tuesday, March 17th, 2020 Board of Health meeting. I'd just like to remind everybody that this meeting is being recorded by video and audio. Having said that, I would like to turn the floor over to Roberto.
Okay. So welcome to the meeting of March 17th. What we're going to try to do, what I'm asking the board to do is to just let me give a quick public comment, and then if we do any votes, we're going to do a roll call vote. So I would ask to go down the line one by one. I believe all 5 members are in. So just to do a quick roll call, I will just go down the line. If you're here, just say present. Stephen Visco.
Present.
Malcolm McNabb.
Present.
Rita Higgins.
Present.
Helene Weld.
Present.
James Cooper.
Present.
Okay. So just a quick rundown. We are obviously in a lockdown situation for the coronavirus, COVID-19. This is our first of many conference call, public hearings, public meetings. These are being live streamed on YouTube, on Nantucket Government TV. We will also be live streaming them as all the meetings go on. So as a quick update from myself, what I'm going to be asking the board to do is to table everything from this meeting except for the suspension of mass gathering permits, which is number 9 on the agenda, and the delegation of authority, which is number 8 on the agenda. And then what I'm going to do is if we can move the director's report to the last thing so that I can give a quick update before we adjourn. Is that amenable? And I will go down the line. Stephen?
Yes.
Malcolm?
Yes.
Rita?
Yes.
Helene?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Okay. So may we table items number 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, not 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if we can have a motion to table those items.
So moved.
So moved. Okay, Malcolm,
Second.
you moved. Jim, you seconded. Roll call vote. Stephen?
Yes.
Malcolm?
Yes.
Rita?
Yes.
Helene?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So those items are all tabled. So we will move on to the delegation of authority. So what we're looking to do is I'm asking the Board of Health to delegate the emergency powers to myself as the agent to the board so that I can take actions on behalf of the board in emergency situations, things that would normally come down to the board. Things, obviously, the condemnation, things like that have to do. But if in the event that we have to enforce isolation and quarantine, I can take the immediate action and then ratify at a later date, like we normally would do with a condemnation. Is that anything that you would have an objection to? Any sort of a delegation of authority?
No.
No.
Perfect.
No.
Perfect.
No.
No.
Okay, so then may I have a motion a positive motion for the delegation of authority to myself as the health agent?
So moved.
I make.
Okay, so Rita moved and Helene seconded and James seconded as well. So we'll do a roll call vote again. Stephen?
Yes.
Malcolm?
Yes.
Rita? Okay, Rita, it seems like you're microphone is muted, so we'll go back. We'll go down to Helene.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Okay. So just to for the record, we'll just say 4 yes and 1 abstention because Rita might not be at the table right now. So at the next one, sorry, Rita.
I just wanted to make sure you could hear me because it didn't look like my phone was muted, but it may have been. I'm just making sure.
Yes, we can hear you. So Rita, what would be your vote on this?
Okay. It's a yes.
Yes. Okay. So the carries unanimously yes on the delegation of authority. Lastly, for the suspension of mass gatherings is the last item on the agenda before the director's report. What we're looking to do is to suspend all permitting for any gathering of at this point now with the CDC's recommendation, any gathering of 10 people or more, which would include, unfortunately, it does include things like Daffodil, Wine Festival, and anything like that. So what we're looking to do is to suspend all these permittings during the declaration of emergency by the governor. Once the governor were to lift that declaration, we would also lift our suspension. Is there any objections to that sort of suspension?
I just have a question.
Yes, sir.
Roberto. Do we have any kind of a date? Are they going to do this like 2 weeks at a time, 4 weeks at a time, or is it just open-ended? The lead decides what the date should be?
Unfortunately, as of right now, because it's such an ever-evolving situation, we are doing an open date on the emergency declaration. They're not going 2 weeks at a time or things like that, like we did with the schools, mainly because it's an evolving situation and we still might have the outbreak here. So we're just looking to mirror what the governor is doing.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No?
Okay. May I have a motion?
No.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. James, motion to accept the suspension of permits. Any seconds?
Yeah, I'll second. Mm-hmm.
Helene seconds. Okay, so roll call vote. Stephen?
Yes.
Malcolm?
Yes.
Rita?
Yes.
Helene?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Excellent. So, and then we'll just move to the director's report at this point. What we've been looking into is we're looking to do all sorts of the isolation and quarantine has not necessarily happened yet. We do have a few people on self-quarantine, but we do not have anyone on mandated quarantine. The hospital has done some tests so far on the COVID-19, but they have come back negative, which is great news for Nantucket so far. We are pushing out frequently asked questions on the town website. There is a specific coronavirus web page set up. NCTV has been really great, and we have something called the Nantucket Pulse, what we've been pushing out information. We will be putting information out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on video. Fridays will be a live broadcast where we can do chats and we can accept questions on Fridays via email before noon. Those broadcasts will be Fridays at 5:30. That would be live. So what we are also looking to do is Taylor has been working diligently at setting up a meal delivery service, as well as taking care of all the volunteer organizations that are popping up. One of the issues with the volunteer situations that we're seeing is that in order for the town to endorse it, we have to also vet the volunteers, which means background checks and things like that. So we're looking into the process of anything like that right now. I will get that information to you, and I'll also put it in the packet so that we can have that for the record. In the meantime, we have we are looking into a meal delivery service so that we can replace things like we have Meals on Wheels right now, and Meals on Wheels has been great at taking on a lot of the community lunches from the Saltmarsh Center. However, they still have their criteria. So Taylor's working on a meal delivery service for those who still need at-home delivery but do not meet the criteria for Meals on Wheels. I'll be emailing you that program as outlaid. And then The emergency management team, which consists of Libby Gibson, Rachel Day, Greg Tivnan, Chief William Pittman, Chief Steve Murphy, Brendan Coakley from the police department, Bob Bates from the fire department, Rob McNeil from DPW, Amanda Perry from Human Resources, Don Hill Holgate from the Select Board, and myself have been meeting every day at noon, and then we'll be getting updates out to the public and to you as much as possible as soon as we have that information. Other than that, we've just been really pushing for this, trying to, as the CEO of the hospital is saying, we're trying to flatten the curve, the epidemiologic curve. You may have seen that chart being pushed around a lot on social media and in the public. That's a real thing. We're trying to make sure that everything stays down and reasonable for the hospital. And then with that, I'll take questions.
I have a question, Roberto. Is there any kind of list that is available, like if someone walks in your office, for things that actually you want closed? Because a lot of people stop me in the street, and I don't know for sure whether this has to be closed or that has to be closed. I didn't know if you were going to put out any kind of a list at all.
Yes, we can put the list up on the website as well. The town offices will be closed to the public for the next 3 weeks. So what I'll also do is post that list on the window at our door, so that anyone who comes to the office will also be able to see that. But we're going to try to push that out on social media and the internet and all the other avenues we have.
So your office won't be open?
Yeah, our office is not open to the public. None of the town offices are open to the public right now for the next 3 weeks.
What was it? The date was March 30th at this point, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, what about if one of the Board of Health members needs to talk to you?
Yes, if the board needs to talk to me, you can always give me a call, and or we can also we can discuss it offline through emails and phone calls, and then if need be, we can definitely meet in person one-on-one. But yes, sorry, it is 2 weeks. It is March 30th.
Okay, that's all I have.
Roberto, I have a question. There's been a lot of concern about ferries and the ability of, just people coming back and forth regularly, and more people coming here to stay. But it seems like there needs to be, that's under the control of state and federal. Regulated by the state and at the federal level. But is that something that if we wanted to try and have some say in that or make a request, is that something the select board would do, or is that a Board of Health request?
We have already been we've been in contact with both of the boat services right now. The request has been made. We're in a moment of just getting a response, but as of right now, they are not cutting any sort of services.
Okay, and if they don't, are they screening?
Not to my knowledge, they're not screening either.
Okay. And how much you, Roberto?
I'm sorry, Rita?
Are you about that? There's quite a bit of public concern, so I'm just wondering how concerned you are from a public health point of view.
I can't.
The boats not reducing their.
Absolutely, I get the question. Yes, there is a public health concern on that. As far as if we're getting people coming in, the large numbers that are being thrown out on social media, we can't confirm that number right now. I know the number of 5,000 was being thrown out, but we can't confirm that. So yes, there's a public health concern, but at the same time, if you can practice social distancing on those boats, for example, the slow boat can handle over 1,000 people. You do have enough space in there, and if you're going to be coming in with your car, stay in your car. Social distancing does work, and it is a matter of personal responsibility. People coming to the island here, if they have homes here, we can't block them from coming home.
Right.
Well,
Yes,
be
Malcolm.
on the ferry tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Malcolm. Yes.
I said I will be on the ferry tomorrow.
No. And make sure you practice social distancing.
Yes, and don't cancel the ferries till after I get home.
Just
Roberto,
while you're on the boat, make sure you're coughing.
Roberto,
Yes, sir.
the other thing is the High Line. I mean, that first boat that comes over in the morning with the workers on it, that thing is chock full. There's no way you can keep any kind of a distance away from any other passenger on that boat.
That's the message we sent to the Scudder family. That's the message we sent to the High Line. We definitely recognize that that's an exposure risk, and we did forward that to the High Line, and for their consideration.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm good.
Okay.
Actually, I have a question about the ferries.
Yes, sir.
I mean, can you get food on the ferries now?
Yes, they can get food on the ferries. They are taking precautions, but at the same time, to my knowledge, it is a little limited, but I don't know how limited. They haven't given us any of the answers for that. But there is an FAQ on the website, on the town's website, for the boat's responses, that boat question, because it is a question that is coming up a lot, the ferry questions. So our public information officer, both Greg and Florencia, have been working hard to keep that FAQ up and running. So if you go to our website, and anyone watching at home, go to our website to answer a lot of these frequently asked questions, because that boat thing is a big one. And I know the boats also have an FAQ out as well for each of theirs. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, I'm good.
Yep.
Thanks.
Good.
Nice job.
Okay.
For
Yeah, it's
great response.
we're all trying to do our best here through conference call. NCTV has been really great. And then, in my opinion, I think this meeting went pretty well. And hopefully we can move forward. Can we have a motion to adjourn? I'll do.
Make a motion.
Okay, so James made the motion. Rita did the second. So we'll go down the line. Stephen?
Yes.
Malcolm?
Yes.
Rita?
Yes.
Helene?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to adjourn is
Okay.
approved. It's unanimous. Thank you all for calling in, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your leadership, Roberto. Thank you.
Thank you, Helene.
Take care.
All right, take care, guys.
Yep.
Bye-bye. Be safe.